hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to you guys with the late night Hollywood hot topics. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Okay, so first we're gonna break down the whole Cardi B and Jason Lee interview. Let me tell y'all something. I aspire in life to be as full of myself as Jason Lee. Like, that's goals right there. This man thinks that he's like the hottest thing since like grated cheese. You can't tell this man nothing. And he loves to name drop too. So it's funny how one of the games at the end of the show was called Name Drop, because that's what he was doing like the whole interview. So y'all know I'll take my cliff notes. You know, I always gotta take my cliff notes and always take my notes of what happened during the interview. So first, Cardi talks about how she doesn't really do interviews just based off of COVID and then also fear. The thing is with Cardi, I feel as if her taking a seat back and not doing interviews and like press and everything like that, I feel like people, if she doesn't stop and kind of power through this here, a lot of people are going to forget about her because we don't have any music, and the only time we really see is on social media when you're talking about like ranting about something, arguing with somebody, or it's like, you get what I mean, and you're not really doing press. So she needs to stop doing that whole fear thing. And I kind of get why she's like that, because y'all know how social media is with her. Any little thing that Cardi does, people kind of attack her. So that's why she's grown this fear. So we start getting into the whole surgery thing, right? Listen, if Cardi doesn't stop doing enough surgery, let me show y'all who she gonna look like. She gonna look like Frenchie from I Love Money. And y'all know Frenchie from I Love Money? She's gonna look like Frenchie from I Love Money if she doesn't stop, because the boobs already bigger. Like, she's getting to that point. You don't want to get too much filler and look like a blowfish in Mrs. Puff, because you're getting there, Cardi. Okay, maybe I'm not the only one that doesn't notice. Let me leave in the comments if you guys think it's getting a little bit overboard, because I really feel like it's getting up there with the surgery. Okay, so Jason is low-key shady though, because he says during the whole interview, like in the beginning when they're talking about the surgery, he was like, it's obvious he's gotten a lot of work done. What made you stop? I mean, what made you go to the change? I'm like, wait, did you just say that? It's obvious you got a lot of work done. Cardi says, though, she's not insecure, and she's always had an image of a perfect body that she's always wanted. So now that she feels as if she succeeded the perfect body, she's going to stop. Okay? And y'all don't come for me. I'm not no Cardi hater, and I'm not a barb, like a big barb or whatever. Okay? I'm fair. She says she's not insecure. I think that's cap. I feel like she's super insecure, and I think it's because of all the cheating that Offset has done and the type of women that Offset has cheated with. They've, had the big booties and the big boobies and the big Debbie cakes. So she wants to mimic that. So I don't think that's true. I think that's kind of cap. I feel like she was trying to save face by saying that and trying to make it sound sweet. Because to be honest, did she really need all that surgery? Not really. Okay. So then JC, you guys, brings her gifts. He brings her gifts, and he name drops Diddy. He was just like, so the other day I was at like Diddy's house, and we were both wearing pajamas. I was at Diddy's house. Diddy Dirty Money? Yeah, Diddy Dirty Money. Right, Cardi? Diddy Dirty Money. And he told me that, I remember asking him and trying to pitch the show, and like they weren't feeling it. And now we're on Revolt TV, and it's under Diddy Dirty Money. You feel me? Danny D. Kane. Yeah, those people. I'm like, why you gonna keep name dropping Jason? Like, we get it, okay? We get it. You're that guy, okay? You don't have to keep reminding us. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's like me coming on here and being like, Evner Entertainment, I just hit 12K, we YouTubers that hit over 10K. We YouTubers that hit over, like, okay, we get it. Like, you hit over 10K, like, okay, shut the up. Maybe it was just me. Let me know if y'all noticed that too. So Cardi talks about her journey on Love and Hip Hop and how it was hard for her to get work or get signed and stuff after Love and Hip Hop. And I remember watching Love and Hip Hop, and I was just like, this girl gonna be big. Something about her when she came along, and I remember she came along when, and she had competition too when she came along that season. She could have easily been someone that came on the show and easily been forgotten about. Because when she came on the show, she came on with Mo Money, Sexy Lexi. You know, I got the the duet. She came on with Mariah Lynn and then Chicken Noodle Soup, Bianca. So it's not like she came on by herself. It was like the whole group. It was when Love and Hip Hop had that new cast. They got rid of most of the old cast and they brought on that new cast. So she could have easily been someone that was forgotten about, and she became like a fan favorite quickly. So I knew she was gonna be a star the moment that she came on that television. Like it was just blatantly obvious. So she was saying that she had to literally pay and go through her own way to get through the industry because people didn't take her seriously after being on Love and Hip Hop. And here go Jason. You know, I know it's the same thing for me. Like, but I don't think that's the same to you. I don't think people think Cardi B. They think Love and Hip Hop. You know, they think Jason Lee. They're like, oh, Jason Lee, Love Hip Hop. You know, Hazel E, Mona. You know, Diddy. Yeah. I'm like, okay, Jason. The interview's not about you. It's about Cardi. Relax. Like, the thing is, this interview was good, but there's some things that like I wish he wouldn't have done, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit, right? So we get into Cardi's relatability and her going grocery shopping, how the groceries are high. Yo, the other day, right? I went to Publix. I did not. I thought it was a joke. I really didn't think that like eggs were that expensive. They're like $5, $6. I looked at it like, you ever looked at something in shock and you just stand there just looking at it? I was like, wait. Maybe they put it in the wrong spot. Maybe they put the name brand ones are the ones that are 5, 6, and the off brand ones are like $2, $3 like they usually are. No, they are like $5, $6. That's crazy. I was even talking to the cashier, and she was just like, she couldn't believe when they was replacing the tags and putting the $5 and ripping off the $3 ones and doing the price changes. I was like, this one is slowly but surely coming to an end. No cap. This is what makes Cardi B relatable because the fact that she still goes grocery shopping and kind of looks over her finances, which I think is one of the smartest things she could do with the amount of money that she has. And Jason's like, oh, you don't look over your money. Oh, you're rich. You don't have to do that. No, she should. Because that's the quickest way people go broke. They don't look after their money. They're just, letting other people handle it and stuff like that. Finagle. Next thing you know, they're broke because they're not watching over their finances. So Cardi is smart by doing that. So shout out to her for thinking of doing that as early as she is in her career. Because to be honest, she's still fairly new. As much as people want to make it her to be this big legend, which I feel like people sort of overrate her more than she actually is. Don't get me wrong, she's the girl does her thing, but like I don't feel like she's putting enough time in for her to be compared to like big greats. Like it's like one album. Relax, y'all. Like people be doing the most over her. I'm sorry, and I'm not even a barb, so please do not ever think that in the comments and like, oh Pierre, you're barb. That's why no. I just call it how I see it. Like she hasn't put in a huge amount of time in, and to me, Cardi has taken too much rest times. I get you have the babies and everything like that, but it's like she's like resting. You get what I mean? Nicki might go on a hiatus, but when she comes back, she boo 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 boo. Remember when she went Ghost? The next thing, she boo 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 knocks, drops on, bro, drops on, does this, and then she goes again. Cardi just like she dropped that album like in the like nothing. But that's what makes her a good artist is because she's relatable. People feel as if she's one of them. That's what I think made Wendy a good person on television too, because Wendy Williams was somebody that was relatable. We like felt like we knew her and that she was one of us because she acted like not less fortunate, but she acted as if she was making the same amount of money we are in real life. You get what I mean? So that's what kind of made her relatable. And then we get into Jason and Cardi B's like relationship and how she gave him a Cuban link and it got stolen. So let me tell y'all what happened. What happened was Jason didn't want to tell it, but this is what I'm guesstimating happened. Jason Lee invited Trade over and was gonna have a sneaky link session, and Trade stole his Cuban link after a night of hooking. That's what really, really happened. He just didn't want to put it out there and admit it, but that's just my guess as to what happened to to the Cuban link. Okay, that's the only thing that makes sense with the Cuban link is that he invited Trey over. So yeah, that happened to me though. Let me tell you, no, not me getting robbed by Trey, but my friend had got me an Apple Watch. So I thought I lost it. So I bought another Apple Watch and then I switched the band and I was like, oh, I just got a different color band because I didn't want to tell him that I lost his whole Apple Watch. But I ended up finding it later. So now I have two Apple Watches. So I was like, now I'm finna sell one of them. But I get why he did that because like you don't want to seem like a bad friend that you're dumb enough to to lose something that somebody else got you or get robbed. And then we get into Shade Room and her beef with Shade Room. And this used to always confuse me because they would post her and then she would get super, super mad. And that's another reason why I thought Cardi was like anti-black blogs, because the way that she reacted towards Shade Room was kind of over the top. But now that she explained it in the interview, it kind of made a lot more sense because people were thinking that she was paying them to post her. Meanwhile, she wasn't at all. So she said she was reacting to people accusing her of paying the Shade Room and all these blogs, aka payola. That's what she says. Some people may not agree with that. Some people still think that she did pay Shade Room and these other blogs and stuff to continually post her. She did say though she didn't pay Jason Lee. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, Corey. I think you and Jason Lee have a financial agreement to post certain things, okay? To promote certain things. I think it's contractually obligated. I just don't see it just being off of you're my friend. Don't get me wrong. I think they are good friends. I think their friendship is like really authentic. But I think the whole blog in Cardi's camp have some sort of contractual obligation. You can't tell me you guys don't have not one contract written up for promotion, music, blogs, anything. Like, come on now. That to me is cap. The cap is really on your head, Cardi B. Like, I don't believe it. No, no. Okay, next thing that we get into is the WAP music video. So with the WAP music video, they Jason Lee said that they almost gave Sukiana and them the Love and Hip Hop edit. And this is what the Love and Hip Hop edit is. I call it the Love and Hip Hop extra edit. For those of you who have done extra work for any shows, TV, or anything like that, sometimes you may not be shown. And one of the main examples of this is Love and Hip Hop. If you do Love and Hip Hop extra work, sometimes you may not be shown. I'm a victim of it. So they tried to do that for the WAP music video. So they was gonna show Suki and Kylie for about like one split second and then switch the camera back to Megan and Cardi. But Cardi told them like, hey, put them more in the video because they're not really in that music video like that. Okay. Prime example, not the other day. Um Last year, I did a Future music video. They filmed in Miami. Child, I was in there like 1 second. I didn't care though because the check was nice. But like sometimes if you do those type of gigs and stuff like that, you're not gonna get a coin. All you're gonna get is the experience on your resume and the check, and that's it. And you may not even be shown. But sometimes, most of the time, you are though. It just be those few in between that like you end up getting snagged. So we get into the WAP music video and then we get into Offset. To be honest, her and Offset, that whole thing it's annoying to me. And this is what Jason Lee kind of messed up on with this interview. He wouldn't allow her to say what made him and her sort of what Cardi was saying he had to stop something in order for the relationship and stuff to continue. And he wouldn't allow her to say it because he wants to interview Offset. It doesn't matter. You could have let her say it and let him say it on his end too, because they might not have the same perspective. So I wanted her to say it, but he was like, no, don't say it because I want to interview Offset. Trying to, get his other interviews and stuff already done. I'm not even no Jason Lee hater. It's just certain things he did in this interview, which is so he's so full of himself. That's so funny to me. And then we get into Cardi's kids. She starts talking about her kids and how like a lot of the people on social media were trying to bully her kids, making it seem as if one of her kids was autistic because of the things that they wanted to bully her on, because the kids are actually cute and they're not ugly. So that's the only thing that they could try to say. But she says that the kids aren't autistic. And then we get into Tasha K and Cardi B. Listen, the way Jason Lee kind of segued this segment in, I really thought that he was going to talk about Armand, because he said this blogger that, we're not going to give this person credit. And I said, oh, are we going there? Or am I dreaming?
Oh, you're mad. Yeah. You're a dreamer. You dream a lot in your sleep.
No, not really. I know.
Yes, you do.
No, I
yes,
don't.
You do.
I was dreaming. It was about Tasha K, you guys. It was about Tasha Mother Keebly. So it was about Tasha K and her talking about how she allegedly had herpes and all this type of stuff, right? And she was talking about how it like really affected her life. I didn't know that Tasha K went after like her whole family. That I didn't know. I thought it was just mainly the herpes thing. But she said that the dad, somebody, like a kid or something like that, talked about her friends, doing powder donuts, doing sprinkle donuts. If you guys don't know what sprinkle donuts is, it's Tina, okay? METH, okay? So y'all know how Gutta was accused of doing Tina, that's sprinkle donuts. Get into the new crash phrases, because now there's powder donuts, which is the blow, and then there's sprinkle donuts, which is Tina. So just so you guys know when I say my catchphrases. So Tasha was saying Tasha K made her so miserable to the point where like she felt like a weak woman and like she couldn't go on completely with life because all of these lies were being put out there about her and so on and so forth. And it looked like she was about to cry. Jason Lee Loki stopped her from crying. I said, see, this is what I'm talking about. Jason, if your guest is gonna cry, let them cry. Because guess what? That's a moment. Even though Cardi a G, she wasn't gonna cry because she was like, I'm a G, I don't cry like that. Anyways, like she wasn't really gonna cry like that, but like you could tell it was getting there. So I would have pulled that out of her and made her cry. Okay, there's certain things we gotta really research the greats, like the Barbara Walters and the Wendy's and stuff like that. They like to pull emotion out of you, whether it be getting you angry, whether it be getting you sad and cry, whether it be getting you to say certain things. We wanted to know what Offset stopped doing so much so that way they could get back together, which I'm guess to stop cheating. That's my wild guess. And then I wanted to see Cardi cry. Because we never seen her emotional, like ever. On Love and Hip Hop, but like to me that don't count. That was before the fame. We talking about after the fame, okay? And then Cardi runs down the lines that Tasha K said. And Tasha K claimed that Jason Lee had the house in Virginia and all this type of stuff. And that's the one thing Tasha K is like known to do, is anybody who's gay, she says they have the house in Virginia. That's why I don't like Tasha K. Like you just automatically just assume just because they are that they have the house in Virginia, like you're nasty. Okay? And those be the kids that be having the gayest kids. No cap. I've seen it. Okay? Like for real, for real. And then we end up finding out what happened the night that Offset ended up passing away. So she ends up describing it and everything like that. Hold on. I thought I was getting brother. It's your girl Tasha K. What's up here? No, Tasha, you're gonna have to go away. Not tonight. No. See, I got her way this quickly this time because she won't try this on my live. Like Tasha K just she be hacking lives now too. She be telling lies and hacking lies. All right, so we'll get into what happened the night that Offset ended up not Offset. Yeah, Offset ended up passing away. I was saying Offset, Takeoff. I'm tripping. The night that Takeoff ended up passing away. So basically, they were going to go to Lala Anthony's Halloween party. Cardi Kid had like threw up all over her, so they ended up knocking out and not going to the party. Next thing you know, somebody started calling um Offset, and he's picking up the phone. He's like, "Yeah, what happened? What happened?" And then he was like, "What?" And then he starts screaming. He said, "He take off his dead." And Cardi said she slaps him. She's like, "Don't say that." And then she said he started throwing stuff. He started throwing up, which is crazy. That's how much of a reaction he had. He started throwing up and everything like that. So it's kind of sad to hear that and how he sort of reacted to it. So I'm at least glad we got that part of the interview told, because a lot of us were wondering what was their reaction when they found out. Okay, so then we end up. Jason has 2 games. Okay, one of the games is name the smash or pass. Okay, where it's not about kids or it's not about men. It's about like songs or whatever. And then we get to this part where Jason, he's known for the name drop. He goes, smash or pass, Christian Louboutin. My guy, Christian Louboutin. Yeah, that's my guy. Jason Lee's guy, Christian Louboutin. The shoes. Yeah, my guy. Look at Cardi and Christian Louboutin. I'm the one who introduced them. I did that. I did that. I'm just like, you better go ahead, you stunt queen. Listen, if I had the credentials that he had, not gonna I'll be feeling my oats too, okay? Because it's like he doing him a big one, so he really feeling that, like he feeling that energy, okay? That he's that girl, and it's kind of funny to watch. But he did plug in Cardi with Christian Louboutin, and that's how they end up doing like a deal or whatever. And Cardi was basically saying to us though to stop playing on his top and to give him his flowers. Okay, they were saying to give him his flowers, Jason Lee, and stop playing on his top because he's that dude. What y'all think? Y'all think we need to start playing on Jason Lee top? I don't think so. Because to me, Jason Lee, he not humble enough. And not even that. He does some sneaky stuff that I don't like. So, nah. He does need to get his flowers, though, for some of the connections that he made, especially during this interview, which he sort of broke down to us, that we didn't really know before, because I didn't think that he had made, like, all these connections that he did. So, shout out to him for that, okay? And then there was another game he played. It was called the name game, which he's been playing that game throughout the whole episode and interview, because that's all he was doing was, dropping names. Diddy, Madonna, Christian Louboutin. Yeah. I did that. Okay. The interview was good, don't get me wrong. I just wish Jason would like sort of let the celebrity Cardi kind of let down her wall, because it seemed like he was like controlling the interview too hard. Like, let her sort of open up, if you get what I mean. So yeah, let me know what y'all thought about this interview, guys. It was about like an hour, like 30 minutes. I wonder if she said in the interview we can't talk about Nicki Minaj, because that's what I really wanted to hear. And I also wanted to hear about the JT and Akbar V and all those girls beef that happened last year. So we just gonna act like those beefs didn't happen, huh? We just gonna act like them twos didn't happen. And the Queen of Atlanta, Akbar V, didn't get breed up, because I wanted to hear about the Queen of Atlanta. Because I heard the Queen of Atlanta is in the studio with Candy dropping some beats. So I don't know if those beats are gonna be against, are gonna be against Cardi B. But I really wanted to hear about that whole thing with the whole Lotto and all those girls and the Malibu Malibu Barbie, Malibu Dollface, and all those girls. But I guess we didn't get any of that because I'm telling you, they probably put that in that interview request that we can't, talk about these things, or else I don't want to do the interview. Okay, but I rate the interview like a good 7 out of 10. It was good. Next, I wanted to talk about, you guys, was Tory Lanez. So Tory Lanez's new lawyer that he's going with and his legal team is Jose Baez. Let me tell y'all something. I really feel like with this new legal defense, he's gonna get out of jail. I can guarantee you that. Let me tell you why. If you were not around when Casey Anthony was getting acquitted, and more importantly, if you were not in Florida around that time, because the way this man, you had to be in Florida to feel the energy, because this happened, of course, in Florida. So like, we knew she did it. There were pictures of her partying. She was a trashy teen mom. She was just trashy. And we know she did it. Nancy Grace was on her butt. And be like, Casey Anthony, she's such a nasty person. She goes around, she sleeps around, and then her daughter, Kylie, is dead. Like, the amount of circus that was around this girl all proved and all the evidence proved that she did it, and she was proven innocent at the end. I wouldn't doubt that he would be able to get Tory out of jail. I feel like for a legal decision, that was the best thing he could have did. Okay, that whole Shook Anthony's lawyer and everything like that to me was very, very dumb. I don't know who gave him that legal advice, but with this, I feel like he's going to get out in due time. I feel like Jose Baez is the right person, because the thing is, if you watch that case, Jose Baez had the type of demeanor. He believed it so much that Casey didn't do it, that like you would have thought he was with her. Okay, if you watch that trial, it's like as if he was with her all those days that she was missing and they found her remains. Like he was there. You get what I mean? He tried to pin it on the dad, make it seem like the dad did it instead of her. Any signs to make it seem there was some reasonable doubt that she wasn't the one that did it. He made sure that was the case. So I wouldn't doubt that he gonna get out of jail. We did get some updates though about some of the things that he's been feeling since he's been in the clinker, and they said that according to Rolling Stone, while Tory waits sentences for assaulting Megan, that he regrets not testifying during his trial. That's how I know he's not that bright, because you testifying, I think, would have made it worse. Because when they asked you, why were you apologizing to her, what would you say? Because you slept with her? And I think what would have made it even worse, let me tell y'all what would have happened. Had Tory got on the stand and testified, right? And I said Kylie, and what's the friend name? See, this case happened so long. Kelsey. If Kelsey got on the stand after Tory got on the stand, he would have ratted Tory out and basically pointed all the fingers out at him. Because let me tell you all what Tory would have did. Tory would have tried to get on the stand and make it seem as if there was a struggle with the pow, make it seem like Kelsey was the one who did it. And Kelsey wasn't just going to stand there and take it lying down. She would have gotten up and been all on Megan's side. So I think it really would have made it worse. So you didn't get on the stand and sort of testify. Because what were you going to say? Like, you'd still be in the same situation. It would have been still the same outcome. And I feel like it would have been actually worse, because the public opinion would have been swayed more towards Megan even more. I'm talking about throughout the whole trial if he's gotten on the stand. So I don't know why he would say that or believe that. That's like super dumb. Okay? Someone said, after hearing the call from jail, what can he really say? Another person said, I bet he is. We never really got a good side of his story. So if you take the stand, Kelsey amnesia about to clear. Exactly. Come on now. I've even read these comments before, but it's common sense. Her amnesia would have came back quick. Okay? She would have been like, Judge, He did it. You see that short man? He did it. Yeah. It would have been a wrap. It would have been a whole wrap. I'm interested to see what sort of defense Jose Baez is going to use. And I think what Jose Baez, he's smart enough to know that we're going to need an scapegoat. The scapegoat for Casey Anthony was Casey Anthony's father or some sort of person that may have abducted Casey's daughter. So I think the scapegoat in this situation, Jose is probably going to use Kelsey. So Kelsey needs to be very careful. Okay, go into the witness protection program, turn into an Amish black woman, and hide away because he's gonna come for you. That's what I'm really feel like he's going to do. I feel like he's gonna blame it on Kelsey and make it seem as if Kelsey was the one who did it, and then Kelsey's gonna be held for perjury months later. That's just my opinion and just my guesstimation. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. Next, I wanted to talk about, you guys, was Flo Rida. So Flo Rida, you guys, won $82 million in this lawsuit that he had with Celsius, which is the drinking company. This is why I really agreed with the whole OMG girl situation with them suing for the dolls and the whole imitation thing, because y'all need black people, we need to stop letting these companies like play with us and think that we're like dumb, because you could end up with a huge W like this. Let me tell you a situation where I should have sued and I'm so mad I didn't. I was thinking about it the other day and I thought about it when this story popped up, y'all. So I was working at one point for Life Touch. And I'm saying the company name because I don't care. This is all alleged, of course, not courtesy or a representation of Ebner Entertainment. So, anyways, I was working for Life Touch, right? And then a part of the job, whatever. This is the company that takes the pictures of the kids. Okay, so they hire photographers and stuff. They take the pictures of the kids, buzz it. Okay, bam. They give you like this set, and then you put up the set. And it has like a backdrop and everything like that. The backdrop we had for that whole season, it was like the fall season, it was like a library. It was kind of like a kid's library. It was colorful. It had like rainbow colors, but it was toys that were rainbow, like the little marble balls, the little xylophone that's rainbow. But it's not pushing no gay agenda because it's kids' toys that are colorful. It's not like they're rainbow colored. It's a lot of colors because it's toys. So I'll put up the background and stuff like that because we got it set up at the school. And then it was this Jewish school. And something, I'm so good off of energy. Let me tell you, I walked in that school. I said, oh, it's like a flush hit me. Okay? It's like a wind gust hit me. I was like, that's. So I walked in, I set it up. This Jewish lady that is like the director or whatever, after she sees me setting, like I'm almost done setting up the backgrounds up, she was just like, what? She was like, oh my God, they're pushing this agenda. They're always pushing this agenda. I want another background. And she was like, we do not support this gay lifestyle, this agenda that you guys are pushing. We don't support this. What is this? What is this? Buzz it. So I'm like, wait on, like, first of all, it was early in the morning because mind you, they had us going. I don't work for them anymore. This was like a long time ago. Mind you, for my old entertainers, I remember I kind of talked about this a little bit, but not in depth. So I was like, this is the same backdrop that they use for the whole season. So regardless, you guys, like, you're gonna get the same backdrop. It doesn't matter. Like, if you want another backdrop, that's the only backdrop that we have for the season or whatever. And she was like, oh my God, base. This other lady had to calm her down. Because I told her, I'm like, straight up, like, it's either this backdrop or I get out and I'm still getting the check. So what's tea? So she agreed or whatever because the other lady had calmed her down. But what I told my supervisor, because I was irritated because I was already tired. I was just like, she just said that the backdrop trying to push a gay agenda. What I should have did, y'all, because I did feel a little bit type of way about it because I feel like she really said that because she saw me and she got my tea and she was just like, she seen the background and then she was just like, you trying to bring tea to these kids, which I really wasn't, because I ain't pick out the background. It's the company background. You know what I'm saying? So I should have been like, oh my God, I felt so hurt and discriminated against because the way that she reacted, I felt like it was towards me and offensive towards me, and I have emotional damage because of it. And I should have sued. I'm so mad I didn't. Because I looked up the company, they have so much lawsuits. I was like, oh, months went by, I regret not doing it. Next time something like this happens, I'm suing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm suing. So he won 82 million in damages. So basically he had like a deal with Celsius and they didn't pull through. And now he's got that big lump sum of money. I saw that he had some sort of baby mama issue, so it seems as if that's gonna hopefully go away. Apparently the baby moms has been coming at him for that coin. So now she really gonna take him to court, to be honest. This is what I'm telling you guys, black people, you should not play with some of these companies, because not only will they steal from you, they will try to mistreat you and copy you and everything like that. So you should always try to get some financial gain from it. And this is a big example of a situation like that. So I'm kind of glad that he won. And I hope T.I. and Tiny win too. I really hope that they win, because those dolls are like carbon copies of the OMG dolls. Okay. Before I continue, guys, Roller Ray told me that the friends and the exes, y'all had to let that light button.
It's time to finish these once and for what. Oh, and the friends, nothing to say. And the exes, still over there. Do I care? No. Oh, soon and soon.
Okay, last thing I wanted to talk about, you guys, was 21 Savage. So 21 Savage has been on Clubhouse doing him a big one. And recently, let me tell y'all something. This is what I just think of 21 Savage. I feel like he's one of the girls. That's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we really talk or no? I feel like he's one of the girls. I feel like he's one of the girls because he's too attitudey and he's too sassy. Like he goes to the same school as the Whack 100s. And y'all see my town hall on Mr. Whack 100, because y'all know he gets down with the get down and he's into the Big Debbie Cakes play. Okay. So he was on 21 was on Clubhouse, and he was basically in a heated argument with some guy from Chicago, and he was just like, y'all keep letting all these boost y'all head up like y'all ain't dying in real life. Stop playing. Every week beef with 38, they get smoked. Nothing happened to us. In real life, it's real life. Mind you, he's not even an American. So I'm like, you really shouldn't be doing this stuff, and you don't even got your papers to really stay up in this. Like, you're not scared of getting deported. And y'all know, let me tell you something. My uncle had, there's this thing with like immigration, this new policy thing where like they pay you 600 something bucks if you get someone out of the country legally here on like a work permit, on something like that. So I had helped my uncle with that. So it's like they're not playing. So if you you could, and then especially with the whole Young Thug and the Gunna situation, you would think rappers like him would be a little bit smarter and move a little bit smarter when it comes to stuff like that. You literally snitching on yourself on audio. That lady, that Atlanta lady with the RICO cases is really gonna come for you, and you really gonna regret it. To be honest. So, and I remember I seen this clip, right? They were playing like celebrity basketball or something like that. And then I think something was happening where he was either losing or he was getting mad. But then he was just like, man, I'll shoot this boy. Like, what you talking about? Like, leave me alone, bro. Like, I'll shoot him, bro. Like, nah, I'm really like that. And I'm like, y'all playing basketball. Like, sir, relax. So I'm wondering where all this pent up aggression from is really coming from, to be honest, because it's like I'm not even American. I'm like Canadian. Grew up the same time as Drake in the snow. You're not really a young man, but hey, I'm just saying. Let me know what y'all think about that whole situation. But it's just, to me, rappers like him are just dumb. Because why even incriminate yourself? I blame Whack 100. Because y'all let these rappers get on these clubhouses and these YouTubes and all these platforms that's really for us. And they just start popping it and popping off at the gums. And they end up telling on themselves in the process. It's really Whack 100's fault. I blame him for this. Ever since he was naked with those big Debbie cakes out, sprawled over on that bed, screaming into the phone, all these rappers think that it's okay to do the same thing. Okay? All right, entertainers, let me know what you guys think about this video. What did you guys think about the Cardi B and Jason Lee interview? Do you guys think somebody would have done better interviewing her? Let me know who. Okay. All right. What do you guys think of 21 Savage going off the way he did in Clubhouse? And also, have you guys ever been in a situation at a job or anything like that where like y'all should have sued, but then you didn't, and then you regret it afterwards? All right, entertainers, leave your comments down below. We are out, babies.
No personal thing.